Morning, everybody. It is 10:05. We're a little bit late today. Thanks, Amani, for putting a zero on the end there. Love it. Morning, Tabor, and morning, Issa. Morning, Sahil. Who else we got? Put your name in the box there at the side, and we'll say hello. Who else we got? We've got Fatima and Khadija. And who else we got? Vinay. Chedza. Who else? Seher, morning Seher, and morning Noreen, morning Lorenzo, and morning Elsie, and Boo, and Zuleika, and Dowd. Oh, there's lots of you. Right, okay, so today I'm a little bit late, and that's because my computer is worth about 25 pence, as you can see by the amazing morning Amane, morning Alina, as you can see by the amazing high quality webcam that it is banging out at me now. Morning Ella and morning Abdullah. So we are going to get on again. I just want to also remind you of this beautiful certificate that you'll receive if you are our lockdown learner of the week. I think I called it yesterday, so that's what I'm going to call it today. And also a signed book, which is this one up here that you get to keep with something amazing in it written by me, and you can give it to your loved ones or you can keep it yourself. Okay. Good morning to, I think I just saw Ella and I just saw Jazz come in. So morning to you, and Jagir's here too. Right, yesterday we did some learning about converting improper fractions to mixed number fractions. Morning, Abs. What we're going to do today is we're going to do the opposite of that, okay? So this shouldn't be too difficult, okay? It should be fairly simple like yesterday, but we're going to go through it slowly, and then at the end of it, you'll get a chance to do some extra ones, and you can send them me. Morning, Charlie. It was brilliant yesterday, see the amount of children that got involved and want to win this competition this week, okay? Next week, I'll run a slightly different competition and with another prize, but this week we'll do this one and we'll see how we get on. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, so we're going to convert mixed number fractions to improper fractions. Okay. And this is super simple. It's 3 steps. That's all it's going to take. 3 steps. Okay. Now the first step is that our denominator does not change. Okay. So in our mixed number fraction, we have a denominator of 5, which means what? What does that denominator mean? Who's going to write it in that box there? What does that denominator actually mean? What does it mean? Who's going to be first? It does mean divide by 5, but the 5 represents something. So the bar represents divide, but what does the actual numerator represent? What does it represent? Not the amount I have of something, Charlie, but you're on the right path there. What does it represent? It's definitely the denominator, Issa. But what does that denominator mean? Now, if you were in my class in year 3, there was a song that we sang about this, and it was, let's have a look. Has anybody got it? No. Morning salad. 5 parts is almost there. Tabor, you're near enough. So the 5 represents that how many equal parts there are all together. So if I have a pie, it's that it's got 5 equal parts. If I have a bar of chocolate, it's got 5 equal parts. So that tells us that whatever our object is, it has 5 equal parts. So we would generally show this as a bar model, but our bar model will have 5 equal parts. Now, the reason the denominator stays the same is because actually our number 1 in this calculation, equates to what? What does that equate to as a fraction? If I was going to write 1 as a fraction, what would it be as a fraction? What would 1 be as a fraction? Morning, Arvin. Well done, Abdullah. It means 5 over 5 or 1 over 1, yeah, but in this context, our denominator is 5, so it means 5 over 5 or 1 over 1, but in this context, it's 5 over 5. So the reason our denominator doesn't change is because actually the fraction part of this mixed number and the whole number are both having a denominator of 5. So we keep our 5. We're going to move a 5 across there. And then it's simple. So the first step is we are going to look at the 1 and the 5 in this context. So we're going to look at the whole number and the denominator. Okay, the whole number and the denominator. And we're going to multiply them together. So we're going to do 1 times 5. And we're going to put it in brackets over our denominator. Then we're going to look at our numerator. And that we're going to just add. So we're going to do 1 times 5 in brackets, add 2. Okay. So when we put something in brackets, what does that mean? What's the concept that we use to do the top part of that calculation? What's the concept we use? What's the concept we use to do the top part of our fraction, to work out the value of the top part of our fraction? What's the concept? Well done, Tabor. It's BIDMAS. So we're going to do our brackets first. So we're going to do 1 times 5. Okay, 1 times 5 is 5. And then we're going to add our 2. And 5 plus 2 is 7. Well done, Saher, Zuleika, Khadija, lots of people, Sahil, Chedza, for writing BIDMAS. So we can see that by adding our 5 and our 2 equals 7 fifths. Okay. Now I want to show you what that actually looks like in terms of a bar. So I said previously about how the 5 represents how many equal parts each of our shapes would have. Okay. So if I was to colour in one of these shapes, which is our 1 mixed number fraction, and 2 fifths of our second shape, and we counted them up, you would see that we have 7 parts of 5, so 7 fifths. Okay, so 7 fifths, because that is our equivalent improper fraction. So we're going to look at another one, but we're going to go through it slowly again. Okay, so again, our denominator is going to stay as what? What is our denominator going to be? Morning, Fies. What's our denominator going to be? Yeah, well done, Dowd. It's going to be 4. It's going to stay as 4. Well done, Tabor. So our denominator stays the same because our equal parts of all of our shapes will all be 4. Okay, so our equal parts will all be 4. Then the first step is we are going to multiply our whole number by our denominator. So we're going to look at these two here, our whole number by our denominator. Okay. And we're going to write that in brackets over our denominator. So we've got 9 times 4. Then we look at our numerator. And we're going to add our numerator on to whatever that total will be. So what's 9 times 4? Oh, well done, Sahil. 9 times 4 is 36. And 36 plus 1 equals 37 fourths. Well done, Fatima. Well done, who else we got? Jagir, Dowd. Well done, Vinay, Tabor. Well done, Amani. Well done, Zuleika, Abs. Who else we got? Well done, Abdullah. And Well done, Khadija. Okay. Now, it's important that you know how to model this again as a bar model. So I'm going to draw 10 bars, and each bar's got 4 in. Why have I done 10? Why have I done 10 bars and not 9 bars? Well done, Charlie and Nori. Well done. Why have I done 10 bars and not 9 bars? What's the reason for that? What's the reason I've done 10 and not 9? Well, Dowd, yes, 9 plus 1 is 10, but that's not the reason. 37 is bigger than 36. That's not the reason either. The table's on the right path. There are 9 holes. There are 9 whole parts. Well done, Abdullah, because 10 is the next whole number after 9. And we've actually got a number of 9 1/4, which is more than 9, but less than 10. So we need to draw 10 models, 10 bar models, because 9 wouldn't be enough. So we need to draw 10. Okay. So if you think back to when we talked about having chickens and putting them in a pen in our division, and we said, well, actually, if I've got 37 chickens and and they all hold 4, how many pens am I going to need? Well, you're going to need 10 pens to hold them all, aren't you? Because otherwise, one chicken is going to be left outside. So we'll move on. Okay. So if I was to colour these in, so I'm going to colour 9 in. Okay. And I'm going to put one last quarter in. Okay. You can see that if I was to count them up, there would be 37 quarters. Okay. So there would be 36, which are the full parts, and 1/4 additional. Okay. Now, if you're struggling with this, and it's perfectly fine, the steps are on the as you look at the screen on the right hand side of the screen. So while we're doing this last one, I want you to really focus on the steps and think, right, I'm not 100% sure, so I'm going to concentrate on this one. I'm going to focus on the steps, and I'm going to look at how to do this so that by the end of this session, I can either almost do it and I just need to go back and have another look, or I can do this without even thinking, which means I've absolutely got it and I can move on to the problem solving questions, or I actually don't understand altogether and I need to just rewatch the video again. Okay? So, how many equal parts is each of my shapes going to have? If I was to draw the shapes, how many equal parts would I draw? So there won't be 5. What do I need to look at to draw my equal parts? Well done, Ella. Well done, Dowd. And well done, Amana. Yep, I need to move my denominator over, and my new denominator is going to be the same as my old one. It's going to be 10. Okay. Then I'm going to look at my 3, which is my whole number, and my tenths, which is my denominator. And I'm going to multiply those together. So I'm going to write it like this above. And I really want you to do these steps. When you're doing your test questions in a minute to see if you've got it and you send them to me, I'd really like you to write them like this so that I know that you've got each step correct. If after the first 3 you've done that and you're getting them right, I'm happy for you to do it the quicker way, but I'd really like you to write them out in this way. So I've got my 3 times 10, and then I'm going to look at my numerator. I'm going to do 3 times 10 and add my 9, which means I've got 30 plus 9, and 30 plus 9 equals 39 tenths. And again, if I was to draw this, I'm going to draw 4 bar models, and I'm going to colour 3 in, which represents my 30, and 9 in, which represents my 9, which gives me 39. Well done, Abu, Amani, and Sahar. And Amani, you were right. Yep, I was going to draw 4 bar models because I've got less than 4, but more than 3 as my whole number. Okay. I would like you now, and I'm going to write it. I'm going to put a quick question in the live chat, and I want you to tell me what this mixed number is as a improper fraction. Well done, Khadija. I'd like you to show me the working out, please. So, Khadija, you showed me the working out on the last one. Can you show me the working out, please? So, lots of people getting the right answer. Well done, Abra, Vinay, Noreen, Jagiz, Leica. You're all getting the right answer. I'd like to see the working out. Can you show me how you've worked it out? It's definitely easy. Well done, Chedza. Ella. Well done, Zuleika. Well done, Elsie. Well done, Amani. Well done, Tabor. Well done, Sahil. Charlie, I know most of you did it, but I need to know how you did it. And actually, when you're talking about mastering maths, well done, Ella, it's about how you can communicate how you did something. Okay? Well done, Dowd. All right. If you've not sent it me on the comment section, you can, sorry, on the chat, you can send it to me via Dojo. I am going to put your questions on the next screen. These are your chilies for today, 1, 2, and 3. Quite a lot of you yesterday chose the 1 chilies and got them really, really quickly and sent them me within about 5 minutes. If you did that, this is the chance for you to challenge yourself to be the best you can be, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to choose 2 chilies as usual, so 1 and 2, 2 and 3, or 1 and 3, and I want you to write those numbers down and convert them into improper fractions. Now for the first 3, I want you to send me your method. So I want to see how you've done it. Well done, Charlie. I want to see how you've done it, okay? For the following 3, it doesn't matter. I'm just looking for you to do them, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to write them down. I will be back in 2 minutes to move you on to the next slide, but I'll give you a chance to write these down now. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, everybody. Hopefully you've written them down by now, which is great. I just need to say one thing that I forgot to say at the beginning. Um, if you are writing in the comment section, please do not write your email address in the comment section. Okay? Don't write email or any personal details. If you write your email in the address in the comment section at the bottom, there are programs that will scrape emails, and that means they go to any website and they take the emails off the website. That means that your email address is visible to the world. So please do not write your email address underneath. Okay. If you want to share something with someone, then you need to share it privately. This is private information that you don't want to share with anybody else. So please do not write emails. Do not put your email address down there or any personal details because it is not safe to do so. Okay. Hopefully you've written everything down now, and you've got your 6 questions down. Okay. Um, I would like you to send me them by Dojo. There are 2 more questions there for you to complete once you've done that. One last thing to mention is don't forget the competition for the certificate. For those who were here yesterday and the book, for those who were here yesterday, you have the opportunity based on your effort and how much you engage to win the Lockdown Learner of the Week, which means you get a certificate and you also get a shout out video, and also you get a book which is signed by me and written by me and produced by me by hand, and me drawing it out. It's not that. It's not. That's not true. But you will get a book which is signed by me and written by me. Okay. So I'm going to go now. On the screen are your last 2 questions. So you've got 6 questions and these 2 questions to do for me for tomorrow, and send to me on Dojo. If you don't manage to do them for tomorrow, ideally you need them done by the end of this week so that we can move on. So have a lovely day, everybody, and it's sunny outside yet again, although it's a bit cold. So make sure you get some fresh air, make sure you spend some quality time with your families, and have fun. Okay, have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the morning. Take care.